Hello everyone, welcome to this week Middle East Economy Weekly Observation. Today is 2025, July 22nd. Let's start looking at the UAE's macroeconomy. First one, let's look at the case. There's a Ron Cornelius case in Dubai. So this person is a British citizen, 71 years old, and he was detained and in the Dubai because of UAE charge him regarding the abolishing the practice of debt-related imprisonment and to respect international human rights standard. No, sorry. Just because this person has some debt issue in the UAE, so the Dubai detained him, and now the UK government has some concerns about his detention. Like there's a uh, resolution in the UK EU in the UK's government, right? UK's parliament, 500 more than 500 votes in favor, 50 against, 75 abstentions to urge the UAE, uh, to urge UAE uh, to release him because he the this yeah, so this thing that the imprisonment is illegal. So okay, so this thing happened previously, like many times. Someone they brought some marijuana in the UAE and they got some detention because marijuana is illegal here. And also, before several weeks ago, we discussed about just a UK junior guy, so who had sex in Dubai, and now finally after half a year in prison, he finally got released from Dubai. Okay, so let's look at this. In the last week, I just found that the poly market cannot be accessed in UAE. It was blocked in UAE, and also in the last week, I received some email from Stake. It didn't mention here, right? Stake is the yeah, here mentioned a Stake application. It's a real estate tokenization application to okay, so basically all its operation are based in Dubai, and I think the most of his customers also in Dubai as well. But its access was blocked by the Etisalat network, and he recommended people to use the Do network or the VPN connection. But the VPN connection in Dubai is illegal. Uh, UAE traffic report 2024 shows Abu Dhabi is improving, Dubai getting worse. So will the 2025 will bring a relief? So currently we can still see there's a mass infrastructure construction happening in Dubai. No matter it's a metro line or it's the highway. So hopefully in the 2025 or in the near future, there's a fewer people in the Emirates, and also the infrastructure getting improved. So hopefully, the traffic will be improved. And in the last week, the Sheikh Mohammed dedicates a heartfelt poem to Sheikh Hamdan. So basically, there's a sentence in the poem that today is your day, all one, all unique in your time. So, so Sheikh, based on the Muslims' practice, the Sheikh will not step down. So until his death. So, but before that, you can see Saudi. So even Saudi today, the MBS is still the crown prince, right? The sheikh is his father, so it's normal in the Emirates, in the Arab world. So here, just the sheikh want people to give more support, and also want his son to do more. Actually, I believe so. So it's a kind of effect of step down, but it's not a step down. And also in the last week, finally the Ukrainian model stated that he was beaten in Dubai by Russian socialists and the son of Donetsk businessman. And this is before what Heshi's model, but after that accident, uh, yeah, so you can see there's a big scar on her head, and also she has a limited mobility. It's still in the recovery. So the message here is that we need to know that there's very dangerous people and criminals working on the street. So you just need to be careful to identify these criminals. Some of these criminals they they can show just pure bad person. There's a lot of bad person. Like there's a more and more bad person are coming in these states because the inequality, the globalization is causing inequality, and many countries are getting worse. Tomorrow is not getting better. So many people they 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 because the capitalism they have many good resources has been provided to the wealthy people. So many poor people they don't have access to these resources, to this yeah, so it's happening that more people, more the poor people, the many people, they becoming bad. Also, the capitalism make people greed. Okay, I can talk about this for the whole day, but just in short, that the bad people on the street, and some bad people they disguise very well, some bad people not. So it's very important to identify them and don't have much close contact with them. It's dangerous. So this you see the story behind this Ukraine model, you will figure out so there's a mistrust. There's a just very be careful. There's no abnormal return. Just so normal return just 5%, 10%. If the return beyond that percentage is dangerous, you can lose your all your equity. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. The Sharjah Airport recorded strong operational growth during the first half of 2025, with the number of passengers rising to 9 million. Well, it's good. It's 10% compared with the same period in the 2024. It's very good. It's a good thing. And also, the new renewed license and the newly issued license in Sharjah during the first half of 2025 increased 8%. Now it has reached the 37,000 the total number. And here is in Ras Al Khaimah as well, is 17.6% increase in new business license in first half of this year. Let's look at the Minasa. The Minasa, Bahraini and US companies signed a series of agreements. It's worth approximately $17 billion, aimed at strengthening the economic ties and advancing cooperation across key sectors, including the aviation, technology, industry, and investment. And Japan raised the danger level for the UAE, Oman, and Qatar from 0 to 1. From 0 to 1, the 0 means there's nothing need to be concerned, but 1 means you need to be careful. It's no matter some regional conflicts or the terrorism attacks, so need to be careful. And also level 4 means you have to retreat from this area as soon as possible, including the Iran, Yemen, they are rated level 4. And also they included Syria as well. It's also level 4, but it's not showing here. Saudi Arabia attracted $32 billion in mining investments amid sector reforms. So this investments measure are put into the iron, phosphate, aluminum, and copper. And also, I think this gold as well. I remember that 2 years ago, Saudi announced that it discovered a big gold mine. But so the gold mine is a good thing. You know, today's gold price, the oil price getting down, but the gold price is very high. So the direct tariff impact on MENA will be limited. So because the MENA they are not typical the export country, so the tariff is not high. Tariff here is about the US tariff, the reciprocal tariff. So you can see the UAE is here, Qatar is here, Bahrain is a little high, Oman is here, Saudi, I believe Saudi is also is not is very low as well. Saudi Arabia is here, yeah, it's pretty low, and yeah, Jordan, well, Jordan is very high because Jordan is a agricultural country, so its exportation is kind of high. It's a small country, so its tariff is high. Okay, so there's a faster growth in MENA in 2025 and 2026. Here is the MENA growth regarding the real GDP growth. Emerging market is top of the global is about 5%, and this second of that is MENA, and here is South Asia. SSA means it means Sub-Saharan Africa. It's Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, and MENA. They ranked in the second position. So the global data is like in the middle, like 2% increase, and Latin America is below the 2%, and the emerging market of Europe is just about 2%. And the GCC will be the fastest growing region. I think it's globally, right? GCC is the green bars. Here you can see it's the 2011 is the toppest, and also 2022 is the toppest. In the next few years, basically the globally is on a slowdown, right? But you see all these bars, the GCC is the toppest compared with Levant. Levant is Eastern Europe and some including some Arabic world as well. And here is North Africa. Yeah. So GCC is the best in the Minasa region. Let's look at the oil sector will be the key growth driver. So in the next few years, because the OPEC has increased the oil output, so the you can see here the GDP will increase accordingly. It's so the production growth is about 8%, 7%, 10%, and 9%, and the GDP is for the this is the non-oil activity. Just no, this is the overall GDP growth. For the UAE is 5%, 5%, 4%. For the Saudi Arabia is 4%, 5%. So you can see the 2024 is Saudi Arabia's GDP just 2% because in the last 2 years, start from 2022, the oil price dropped a lot. So the Saudi actually basically Saudi went to recession into the 2023, and now it just recovered from that recession. I think the technically recession just lasts for 1 year. Uh, Here is some you say that the country the next few years the borrowing costs will be low, so the liquidity will be high on the market, and here's a non-oil activity will moderate in most GCC markets. So the overall economy is mild, so the non-oil activity will be moderate. So this is what he's saying, and so this is regarding the GCC region, and this is for the Saudi Arabia. The left is they have divided into the oil GDP and the non-oil GDP. Uh, so all of this has back to the around the 3%, 5% level. So you can see the headline growth. So in the 2023, Saudi Arabia was in a recession, but since 2024, it's recovered, and Saudi non-oil activity is still resilient. Which one? The green one is Saudi Arabia. It's topped compared with the Dubai, UAE, and Kuwait and Qatar. Well, Qatar is it's not very good. The best time on because 2 years when Qatar was having the World Cup is it has too much increased, so it's not it's just recovered. So here's talking about ceasefire and the aid re-entry pose upside risk to the economy. Here's talking about Gaza and the West Bank. So the Gaza, the activity was big. The business was in the was how it's a 100% decrease in Gaza. So it's since the war started from October 2023, and also West Bank was influenced as well. Here's another contraction was expected in 2025. Okay, so in the next few slides is about the other place. Here is Lebanon. Lebanon is not very well. It's also is in a recession here. The real GDP growth will be negative in the coming few years, and also in the past few years as well. And Syria is dangerous. You can see on the left, there's a lot of minorities divisions in Syria. Here's mentioned the one about nine. No, here's eight parties in Syria. Each party occupy a space, and also Syria has occupied the Golan Heights from Syria, and here as you can see that is the Israel occupation. Here's the trade finance is an opportunity, but gray listing remains a challenge. So here's Iran is blacklisted. So Yemen and Syria was gray listed, and UAE, Iraq, all this Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, and Libya was previously gray listed. And authorities will aim to restore trust and health of banking sector. So here you can see it's crazy. Like Syria Gulf Bank has a bad debt rate about 45%. There's a national bank, and also some commercial bank is not good enough. It's also 20% bad debt rate. The people die in such countries, so there's a lot of risk. It's hard to say what tomorrow will be. So today you see the person, tomorrow the person may be gone. So it's happening in such countries. So North Africa will still see faster growth. The faster growth here is about just a little more than 3% average, and for the Egypt it has 4 5%. Morocco has 5%. Uh, So Egypt, before I think last week we talked about Egypt, it has a huge inflation, also the currency depreciation. So it has a very good asset performance. Also, it has overall the economic performance is very good. Here's Morocco bullish on growth in 2025 and 2026. What is the bullish come from? The fixed investment, the investment is very high. It's driving the overall economy, and also the consumption is very good. And there's very little government consumption. Government spending is not much. There's also very positive net export was expected in the coming 2 years. And here's Egypt. The CBD will further cut rates. Oh my God. So here you can see the inflation in Egypt is very high, and Egypt will further cut rate. So here is mentioned here the risk of holding are rising. So yeah, so all the assets they are risk assets because overall it's not stabilized. It's like you have taken some medicine. The medicine makes you perform very well, but after medicine, what will happen? You will be in a depression. Uh, the pound will trade sideways. Here's our trading range is holding, and the hot money is holding, but risks persist. Okay, the Egypt is still wide current account deficit. Growth will trend higher. So here you can see the overall the current account is still in a deficit, and the current deficit has been persist for in the past decade. So the real GDP growth, you can see this is you can say it's very volatile because it's not stabilized as I mentioned earlier. Okay, let's look at the East Asia and Middle East. For this part, I will just briefly talking about the GDP growth. So for the mainland China, the GDP growth is 4.8% because China has a good deal with America. Uh, and in the Asia sector, you can see the China's the tariff is no, here's mention about the total export to US compared with total exports. Currently, China only have about more than 10% export is to the US. The other 80% is to the rest of the world. And so in China, it's expected in the future, growth will slow down in 2025, in 2025, I think. Let's look at about Hong Kong. The Hong Kong the forecast will be 2%. It's just a little better than the previously expected. Here is talking about the retail. The retail sector in China is, you can see compared with the overall, is in the past 2 years the retail has slightly behind the red line. Oh, sorry. The total retail sales and the total trade-in scam goods, excluding trade-in scam goods. Okay, so retail is just about 5%, right? 5%. Overall, the retail is not very good in China currently. And Japan, we expect a slower 0.4% growth in 2025, and South Korea is 0.7% growth. Vietnam is very good. It's expected to have, how to say, it's about 7% growth, 8% target to approach the 8% target growth. Singapore is 2.5%, India is 6%. Um, the yeah, it remain unchanged. Pakistan is 3.7%. Here's Pakistan is still the country account they have reached a balance just because you can see the secondary income has offset the goods and service deficit. So the Pakistan they export their labor overseas, so the labor make a lot of remittances back to Pakistan. So all these remittances has made the Pakistan has a positive counter account. So it's unbelievable. Uh, Okay, let's look at the Dubai RTA taxed autonomous vehicles in China for $3 million transport challenge 2025. So here's a Chinese company. It's called WeRide. Uh, I think it's testing in Dubai, right? Oh, no, it's testing in China, but I think it's interesting. So the technical team from Dubai, but it's testing these vehicles in China. Okay, and there's autonomous vehicles deployed at the Dubai airport. I think it's deployed at the Dubai World Central Airport. Also I think it's several weeks ago. So Henley and Partners published the global wealth flows. So there's a lot of wealth people, millionaires, to migrate to UAE. It's ranked the top as the globally. And in contrast, China, India, there's a lot of millionaires are moving out. So and also there's a huge amount of UK's millionaires moving out as well. So here, but for the millionaire growth, UAE is 98% growth, but India and China the growth is also is very high, about 70 more than 70% growth, just because uh, the the inequality, the Gini index is getting higher and higher, so the rich people are getting richer. So this is the reason. Okay, let's look at globally. The UK stocks has outpaced the US and the European peers so far this year, and the global growth takes a hit as the headwind rise. Uh, Mostly downward revision to global growth, and here's here's this match. Here's the diagram. You can see the most governments, they are in a worsened fiscal and more debt situation, including the mainland China. Just only very few government perform very well. So including Vietnam, uh, they have negative fiscal deficit. They have they don't have much the government debt. They don't have change much. They didn't change much in the government debt percentage of GDP. And the other one is Turkey. I think Turkey has don't have they have decreased the government debt, but they have very bad the fiscal deficit. For the Egypt, they have positive fiscal deficit, so they don't run in a fiscal deficit, but uh, they have government debt. They have change in government debt. Okay, so overall, you can see even the U.S., France, UK, India, Russia, Germany, Poland, they all in this region. Like they have worsened the the fiscal deficit, and also they have worsened the government debt. Here, the most economy is running wider fiscal deficit. Germany is very good here. You can see Japan, UK, Italy is France and US. They are relatively good, I think. No, US is not good. France is not good. Italy and the UK are not good. But here's Indonesia is good. Thailand is good. Mexico is good. Okay. Okay, let's look at US dollar index to find support around 95. So US dollar is getting strong, I think, because it has been weakened in the past half year. So it finds some support around 95. So it will be strong. So in the near future, I believe that we can see the appreciation of US dollar, and accordingly maybe some depreciation about Chinese New Year. Inflation will ease, allowing more rate cuts. So there will be more rate cuts in the near future because the inflation is getting released. And for the oil, the continuous the forecast that in the coming 1 year, the oil will be stabilized at the current level around the 70 dollars per barrel. And you can see here in the future, near future, the here's is Saudi Arabia and UAE will increase their output, and also Russia as well, all these OPEC countries, and also Iraq as well. Let's look at the company. So there's some merger acquisitions happening, and Empower has minutes happening there, and DEWA has won the Energy Infrastructure Award at the Global Platts Energy Awards. And the Polymarket, they bought an exchange to expand the prediction market in the US. And I just know that Polymarket actually was banned in United States. Here's mentioned it was officially been blocked to US users since 2022. It's interesting. Here's UAE property. Dubai real estate transaction exceeds 431 billion in first half of 2025. So It's almost every day there are 4 billion dirhams. The deal is happening. Interesting. Oh no, 3 billion dirhams. 3 billion dirhams is happening. Yeah, almost three. And there's a new law, like starting January 2026, regarding the settling dispute rising the regarding housing building contracts in Dubai. Wow, they don't look happy. They don't look. It's not good thing, and also it's showing it's 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 not happy. Okay, the Ripple expands the Middle East footprint with Dubai Real Estate tokenization. So here's the PACO. The PACO was issued based on the Ripple chain. Dubai Soba unveils ultra luxury collection with new Heartland 2 tower. Trust me, all these high rise they are not luxury at all. They are not luxury at all. So many people, actually, I think it's just a medium of money laundering, I believe. Here's the Ethereum release historical week as crypto investment inflow surged to 4.39 billion weekly high. Here's about the performance of Bitcoin price, and here's the Bitcoin 90 days volatility. So volatility is decreased, so the price is increased. So basically, it's becoming a very good investment, I think. And the percentage of price return here you can see the compared with gold. So Bitcoin since 2023, it has almost 300%. Well, oh my god, 300% return, and for the gold is 50 more than 50-60% return. Wow, it's unbelievable. And Standard Chartered launched the crypto trading for clients. Uh, it's happening in UK, I think. Okay, so this is all for the last week. See you next week. Bye bye.